Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.
More updates. You gotta love them, folks. You gotta love those updates. These big time updates are really going to help this car here at the Circuit de Barcelona-Cataluyna for the Spanish Grand Prix. So we've got... we're going to do 8 practice programs. That's pretty easy. There's the upgrades. Look at that. And it's going to be a dry race as well. So we got more drag, tyre wear, and all manners of stuff. So that should put us pretty high up, I would say. The one thing we will do now is we'll get this front wing main flap sorted, and these will be for Monaco, which is big, and we'll get the side pod turning vanes as well upgraded. So that'll put us up the thing there, and there are upgrades there to put us as the best chassis on the grid. Howdy doody doodly da. Gets no better. But one thing we gotta do, we gotta work on that durability. Because if we don't work on the durability, we are kind of fucked. And that's where we need to be. We need to be better durable. So where are we? We are the 5th line on there. So you can see the first 3 lines: the Sauber, the Williams, and the Force India at the top. Then you got the Toro Rosso, the purplish line. Then we're the line in between that and the orange line. So, yeah. Looking good. So, championship standings. Esteban Ocon still leads the way after Baku. Followed by myself in P2. Then Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, Pierre Gasly, Brendan Hartley, Kevin Magnussen, Lance Stroll, Marcus Ericsson, and Fernando Alonso. Round out your top 10 in points. And still 5 cars yet to score, that being Daniel Ricciardo, Sergei Sorokin, Kimi Räikkönen, Hulkenberg, and Carlos Sainz. But I hope for big things from Ricciardo this race. With our fully upgraded car, we should be booming back up that leaderboard. So as per usual, we're going to get the practice sessions out of the way, then we'll get qualified, and on the other side of us qualified, we will see you guys for the Spanish Grand Prix. This should be a damn good race.
Good afternoon from a very familiar setting. It's race day here in Spain, and with everything still to play for in the championship battle, there's no room for mistakes in a Grand Prix that's well known for creating them. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Poole. That was a solid result in their last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and Poole completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Alonso, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, and Sorokin, Perez, Stroll, Grosjean, and Stoffel Van Dorn, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Marcus Ericsson, and Ocon. They've taken a grid penalty. Vettel, Magnussen, Brendan Hartley, and Lewis Hamilton. Räikkönen and Valtteri Bottas starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, let's be patient going into turn 1. We want to be in a good position for the rest of the race. Good luck.
Now normally I'd be happy with P2 on the grid, but I was pole for so much of that session, and then Daniel Ricciardo pumped in an absolute mega lap and blitzed the field. So we'll start P2 with Ricciardo on pole. One stop today, super soft onto the soft tyre. That should be good, and our car is brilliant on its tyres. So this should be a great Grand Prix. Myself and Ricciardo into turn 1. Let's do this, folks. So here we go then, folks, from the front row of the grid. The Red Bull is back. 5 red lights are out and it's lights out, the way we go. And it's a pretty decent start actually, but then we get bogged down and we get passed by Alonso and everyone else in the middle. So yeah, it looks like, oh, excuse you, coming through. We'll take second position back. That was our second position to begin with anyway. So you were just loaning it for a few seconds while we did something with it as we head into turn number 4 with Red Bull 1-2 again with Fernando Alonso, the homeboy, in third place. Who's that behind? Is that Leclerc and Gasly, I believe? Oh, that's got to be a good fight as we go back. Who's that? He's Lewis Hamilton. Wow, he had a bad qualifying, did Lewis. He's fighting with Kevin Magnussen for P17. And he's going to get him as well. Looks like, no, Magnussen's coming back 9 through turn. You nuts. Oh, you are nuts. Through turn 9. You both are crazy. And the Magnussen takes P17. Hamilton thinks about coming back, but no. That will be P17 for Kevin Magnussen as we come back with me. Hello. P2. We got a legit chance of winning this. Just hope we don't have to call team orders. Because now that I've got this new contract, I'm the number 1 in the team. Ricciardo obviously sets the fastest lap on the first lap. We've got Alonso lurking somewhere behind us. Yeah, I hope we don't have to call multi-13 here, multi-13. Although Christian will probably want to call multi-31 instead. I hope he doesn't call multi-31. As we go really deep into turn 4, nearly up into the gearbox of Daniel Ricciardo as we come through turn 5. All looking very, very cool, very smooth at the moment through the kink of turn 6 into turn 7. Now over the rumble strip of turn 8. Turn 9 really is blind. It is flat. It is blind. Well, almost flat and blind. You can see we're right on the back of the gearbox of Daniel Ricciardo here as we come into turn 10. Look at that. I tell you what, this Red Bull is now becoming an absolute bull charging through the field here. We've still got Fernando Alonso on our case as we get a little leery into turn 13, now into turn 14, turn 15, clonk over 15 into turn 16. It's not the challenge it used to be, turn 16, which I'm really knocked about.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Probably a good 10 or so years ago now. As we go to Stoffel van Dorn. He is fighting with one of the Williamses. That will be Sergei Sorokin for P9. And Sorokin's moved over here. That's easy. That's ridiculous, Sergei. Come on, if that was me in that car, I would have absolutely made him fight for it. You just went in there and wussed. Bloody hell, you Russians are supposed to be all this hard and aggressive. That was a wuss move. Woof, look how close we are to Ricciardo. He's gone
Check
really
your
defensive
MFD
now.
for a new strategy
Down to
option.
turn 7, we're going to... Oh, there's nowhere to go. We can't pass on turn 9. We're going to take the opportunity to make a strategy change. I think we're pitting on this lap now as opposed to... Oh, they go right up to the back bumper of Daniel Ricciardo. Sergei Sorokin now is about to be passed by one of the Renaults. That is... Who was that? That's Carlos Sainz, another Spaniard. Will he get the job done? Yes, he will. He almost power slid through turn 11 as well. Good on Carlos there as we come out of turn 15 now. Give it everything. We've got DRS now. See if we can catch up to the back of... Well, we don't know if we'll catch up to the back of Ricciardo. Because here comes Alonso on our case. Now this is going to be a fight. Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc. This could be an absolute war, and that was easy as you like it. Thank you very much. P4 for the young Frenchman in the Toro Rosso. Alonso all over our back gearboxes. Nico Hulkenberg lines up a move on Sergei Sorokin now. Or will he have a go at Carlos Sainz? He's having a go at Carlos! Finally, the Russians put the big boy balls on. Someone blocked the brake off going into turn 1. and move Sergey back into P10. He might get his act together now. We're look at how close we are to Ricciardo here. If we get a sniff on DRS, we're going to absolutely give him the business here through turn 9. See if a DRS down this straight doesn't really do a lot.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your
So
distance
we're
to
gonna
the speed
pick
limit
this
line
lap
as you
as
approach,
opposed to,
and make sure you don't
I think
speed.
it was lap 6 or something like that. As who we looking at here for a fight? Well, that's Hamilton. He's passed. No, it's not Hamilton. Yes, it is Hamilton. He's passing Vettel. Now Vettel's lost out to Magnussen there. How'd that happen? And we didn't see that on the screen there. As here we go. We're pitting. Now. So we're going to take the chance to pit here. Get these tyres off. And get the softs on. Seamless stop, boys. Oh, that is absolutely seamless. And we are off and underway again. Where are we going to come out? I imagine at the back of the field. Someone was having a pass down there. I think Bottas has got past Vettel now as well. As who was that? Because we were in the pit. Oh, would it surprise you? It's Sergey Sorokin and Carlos Sainz. Carlos is going to show Sergey how it's done here. Down the outside of turn 1. And swoop around the outside. That's job done. Thank you very much. Move Carlos Sainz back up into P9. That will be at the time as we go to Bottas. Oh, this is easy. That's easy. That's P17 for Bottas. As he goes into turn number 1. Oh, big lock up as well. He's lost out, and now he's lost out to both Ferraris. Back down to P19 for Bottas. And there's us right on his rear wing. So let's see. What can we do here as we go to Kimi? That's Kimi and Vettel. Oh, the Ferraris are starting to fight. Oh, get the gloves out, boys. Get them out. Seconds out. Round number 1. Ding, ding. Kimi's past Vettel now. Now Bottas. We're right behind Bottas as well. I tell you what, how about this for a free wide? Go on. Free wide. Bingo down into turn. There you go. That's how you do it. Push them both wide and get out of the way. And that's up into P18. Thank God we got Bottas out of the way there. As we catch up to Kimi Räikkönen. Look at the speed differential between this Red Bull and that Ferrari. That Ferrari needs a spanking. Needs a spanking in the right direction. Get the car better, I think. As we come into the chicane. Oh, into the chicane! Oh! Kimi slammed the door. Oh! Tell you what, Kimi, have a word. Oh no! Kimi thinks he's rallying. He still thinks he's rallying. He's just lost out to Bottas as well. Excuse you, coming through. Your Bottas messed the braking. No, he won't mess the braking up this time. Did you see that power slide by Kimi Räikkönen? What a power slide. Now this happened further up the track. Would you believe it's Hulkenberg and Sorokin again? That could be for P10. That's to the points pay positions. The Renaults have come to play today. Oh, and I think was that Ocon? I think that's Ocon. He got rammed into the back of what's his name? Sorokin. As we have a look at Lewis Hamilton here. We're having to think of round the outside of Hamilton. Whoa, that's a ballsy move, and that's up into P16 now. I think that will be P16. No, maybe P15. But oh, big time! Who was that? That was Kevin Magnussen. That was a lightning fast reaction. I tell you what, we are carving through this field at a rate of not it is Brendan Hartley. And that's us past Hartley and Ericsson. We are absolutely punching with this Red Bull. Let's see. We'll have DRS. Let's see if we can catch Sorokin up ahead. Where's Alonso? Oh, there's Alonso. So we've lost out to Alonso. Wow. That was unexpected. As we go. Oh, we just took Alonso. We caught Alonso napping. Excuse you. And there's Ricciardo. So Ricciardo pitted, so the overcut has worked here as we go around the outside of Sergei Sorokin. Oh, we don't want to dance with this Russian because he's a bit slow. There you go, down the inside of Sergei Sorokin. What a mega lap a bit that was as we go up to Daniel. He's passing one of the Renaults, I think that's Nico Hulkenberg. That's a P4. But he is a net P1 on the track. He's going to go around the outside. I think he is. Turn 11, he's got him. Yeah, got him. Great Swedes. You're not going to deny that. So who's leading this race? Who leads this race? Because we're here we are in P6. I can't see anyone who's up ahead of us here. Looks like one of the McLarens. So I think Van Dorn's still out. There's Hulkenberg going in
The car
pits.
behind has come in.
We've got,
They're now on the
DRS
soft
on
tyre.
him.
Softs on the
So
car
we're
behind.
passing. Looks like one of the pink cars is in. Yeah, Perez is in. Van Dorn and Leclerc. So Leclerc's going to come out in behind Alonso. So that the overcut didn't work on some cars, but it did on other cars. But the undercut has also worked as well. So that's normal, I think, for Spain here. As we pump it into hot lap, we're now going to absolutely hunt this teammate down. Christian's going to let us have at it. The Bulls are going to lock horns. Who is the best in the Red Bull team? Is it the Aussie, or is it his inexperienced teammate who's second in the championship? Well, I say inexperienced. I've got 5 seasons under me on this game. He's more experienced in the Red Bull, I should say. That's what I meant to say anyway. As we're saying greens, set a green first sector, green second. Will it be a green final sector? Will it be a purple? Because on these I tell you what, of all the cars I've driven, this car is absolutely mega on its tyres. You can push and you can push and push and it'll still give you more and more grip, and that's what we like. We just love the grip in there as we set a green final sector. Alonso has the fastest lap of the race as we go to, who's that, K-Mag? Kevin, is that you or is that Roman? That's Roman. Grosjean for P... Whoa! Perez diving all over the place, and that's around the outside. Thank you. P7 will be Sergio Perez's as he did a merry dance with the Haas. And speaking of doing merry dances, that's one of the McLarens. I assume that is Lewis Hamilton. It is, and that is Kimi Raikkonen in front of me. This is for P16. Yep. Both Mercedes and both Ferraris are back there with Kevin Magnussen. Keeping him entertained. Kevin Magnussen, he had one good race, and now he can't score squadouche. We got DRS on Ricciardo. We're going to give it everything down into turn number 10, and that'll be us up. Well, we're still in P2, but we are really pushing our luck here. We want to absolutely get as close as we can. We want to legitimately pass Ricciardo on the track here. And we clunk over the curves in 14 and 15 now through turn 16. No DRS for us this time. That's it's a bit disappointing, I must admit, as Ricciardo. Then we set the fastest lap of the race. That was the fastest
lap of the race.
Here
Keep this
comes.
up.
The gap is now 1.2 seconds. We've ditched Alonso. That's good. We didn't want Frankie coming anywhere near us, although, to be fair, on ultimate difficulty, Frankie's AI is just as good as Gasly's, and probably just as good as Leclerc's as well. They really geared these ultimate AIs up to be something proper as we go down to turns 7 and 8. Still on the hunt for Daniel Ricciardo as we go into 7. See if we got DRS this time. If we got DRS this time, you can tell we're gaining on him. But no, we've not got DRS yet. Down to turn 10. What is the gap? The gap is just over a second. So this could get very tasty in a minute as we come through turn 12 up to turn 13. Through turn 13. We're still pretty close. You gotta say, we're gonna, if we don't get DRS now, we're unlucky, and we haven't got DRS still. He really does have some traction out that chicane, doesn't he? Does Daniel? In fact, the gap's up to 1.1 now as we go to Charles Leclerc and Pierre Gasly. This is for P4. This, I tell you what, these two in a Ferrari and a Red Bull this year, that's going to be a mega fight. In a Toro Rosso and a Sauber, it was a good fight. Now it's going to be a mega fight as we go back to Raikkonen and Magnussen for P17. And I think that Ferrari B team as tube map falls down, as well as one of my NASCARs, the 83 of Brian Vickers. Let's show you how old that is. They just fell down off their perch there. Incredible. Yeah, if you want to see this tube map that dropped here, basically my brother is a tube railway collector, and he collects memorabilia like this. That right there. And that is basically a London Underground map right there. We've got DRS now, so we better get back to the race because this is about to get tasty between myself and Daniel Ricciardo. Down into turn 1. We'll put that back right there. It won't go there. Yes, it will. Thank you. Stay there. Will he defend? He defends like mad. Go on round the outside. He's locked up. Oh, was there contact? Was there contact? I think we're all right. Both all right, but I think there was a bit of contact there between the pair of us. Ricciardo, though, is not having that. He wants some more. But Christian's go. Okay, multi-13. Sit your ass back there, in other words, Daniel, as we see Leclerc and Gasly having another go at each other. Oh, go on. Oh, look at that. This is taste. Oh, he chops his nose off, does Pierre. Have some of that, says the young Monegasque driver. Actually, he's French. Leclerc's the Monegasque. What am I talking about? But now it's going to get really tasty. 5 laps to go of the Spanish Grand Prix. It's myself and Ricciardo and Alonso. Alonso, whose AI is absolutely mega, and Ricciardo, who's in this Red Bull when it's upgraded, he's absolutely mega too as we go out the last corner. We're going to plant the car right in the middle of the circuit. If Daniel wants it, he'd have to go around the outside like all the rest. Come on, look at this. It shades of Mansell and Senna into the first corner, and we absolutely chop his nose off. Thou shalt not pass. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 Australian dollars. As we see if Leclerc will have Gasly's number this time down into turn 1. I think he will, side by side into turn 1. Oh, this time he's got him. This time he's got him. He'll chop off the nose of the young Frenchman. As we go to, who's that? Is it Carlos? Carlos, is that you? No, that's Nico with Valtteri Bottas on his rear. Who's that behind? Is that Brendan Hartley? Wow, Hartley's struggling. He had a couple of good races himself, and now Hartley's struggling. That's a P13 on the track. As we go further up the field to, well, this is how much Hartley's. This is actually live. This is Hartley passing. What's his name? Nico Hülkenberg, and that's for P14. My mind just went absolutely blank there as we come back to myself and Daniel Ricciardo. Come on then, to round 2. Ding ding! Still side by side. This is incredible action. But, oh, Ricciardo locks it up again. He's going to have Alonso all over his case in a second. Maybe that'll teach him not to mess with us as we go back to Hülkenberg. And well, how did Hülkenberg get back past Hartley? He must have done, because I saw Hartley go past Hülkenberg. That's incredible. So Hülkenberg must have got back past Hartley somewhere, and then Hartley's just done him again. Very nice. So we lead the Spanish Grand Prix. From our teammate Daniel Ricciardo. You can see we're not using any ERS yet. We want to build it up and we want to absolutely punch it down the main straight. Use all the rich mix fuel we want, but we'll absolutely punch this car down that front straight. Daniel Ricciardo shall not come past. As here we go. bump it up into overtake mode any second. Here we go. There we go. So now we are literally defending that man from Ricciardo as we go to... Who is that? That is one of the Williams. So that must be Stroll. Must have Perez on his case. Yep, Stroll and Perez for P6. And that's going to be Perez upper place. Look at that. I was round the outside. Lovely move. Love your work, Perez. Love your work. He knows what he's doing as we go back to Carlos Sainz, who's fighting with the other Force India. What am I talking about? Oh, dear me. And that's going to be P9 for... No, sorry, that's going to be... Yeah, that is going to be P9. No, it's P10. So Ocon's now in the last points paying position. Sainz is out of the points. As we go into turn 10. Still Ricciardo's on our case. We are playing this absolute like a good one here. Because he can't take us in this area. He can get close, but he can't take us. You see we're in high mix now. And then when we get out of this chicane, we get a little deep into the chicane. That might
There's
put
3
Ricciardo
laps of fuel
right on our
remaining.
rear wing coming out of the last corner. It will. Here we go. This fight's not over. It is not over at all, this fight. And you can see his side, but look at the helicopter cam. He's got a nose in front of Ricciardo, but we've got so much momentum and the line as well. And that is still P1 for us, P2 Ricciardo, P3 Alonso. We go to Lewis Hamilton. He's going to try and get past Nico Hülkenberg here for P15. Like your chances there, Lewis, because that's like a Ferrari passing a Fiat. Yeah. Actually, that'd be more like akin to a Ferrari passing a concrete block, I think. Because that Renault, since the first season, has just gone nowhere. It is a shocking car. Whatever happened to the Renault, I don't know. Because we were actually thinking of moving to Renault, and then the R&D kicked in, and it went south for them. Speaking of almost south, we almost lost it then coming out of turn 11. Turn 11, so lethal. We don't be doing that too much as we come through into the chicane, and that's just about right. Thank you very much. So, coming up for the last lap, can we hold on to the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix? Not if Ricciardo's going to say a bit, and Alonso's got DRS as well. This is going to be so close. In fact, he's going to go round the inside now. No, he's not. He's on the outside. Still. And that is still P1 for us. P2 Ricciardo. We go to Carlos Sainz. I think Ericsson. Yeah, look at Ericsson. Oh, that is not on. That is such bad luck for Carlos Sainz. He was doing so well. And then to retire like that on the last lap of the Spanish Grand Prix. That is a killer for him. Absolute killer for Carlos Sainz. If you can Adam and Eve it. And quite frankly, we can't believe it. But coming out of turn 10 for the last time, we've just got a few more corners to go. Make sure we don't mess up turn 11. Ricciardo and Alonso still all over. In fact, Gasly and Leclerc have joined the party now as well. So I wonder if we're actually a bit of a chicane, but it wouldn't matter. Out the chicane for the last time. Through turn 16. It's victory.
Yellow flag. Absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant result.
Bloody
well
fantastic,
done.
mate. Bloody fantastic.
A great win then for the Red Bull team today. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres. But at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else. And that's exactly what they had today.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One. And that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Paul takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed and a good job in traffic as well.
On to the constructors then. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Red Bull's number one, baby. Number one. And it's a 1-2 as well. We didn't have to call multi-13 or multi-31. We just got on with it. Oh, fantastic. So, victory in the Spanish Grand Prix for ourselves with Daniel Ricciardo in second place. Fernando Alonso picks up some big points in his home race in third. And then followed by the youngsters, Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, fourth and fifth. It's nice to see Ricciardo get some points. He's off the bottom of the scrubs with nothing. Then Perez, Stroll, Grosjean, I think he's got some points now as well. So's Van Dorn. And Ocon with the last point. So I think we're going to overtake the championship lead here. One DNF. He didn't deserve that. He did not deserve that at all. I think he was on for a solid P11 there. But in the meantime, let's go and see Claire. Because no doubt, she's got questions. Oh, look out.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.
Wasn't.
How are you feeling after that win?
How do you think I feel? I feel absolutely on top of the world right now. And it's all going down to, well, we'll praise the durability of this car.
Everything went your way today.
We did.
Like you had a really good strategy for the race.
Got praise the chassis, really, haven't we?
Would you say that your rival is still on your level?
I'm going to big up Daniel here because Daniel really drove me hard there, drove me fair, drove me clean.
You're leading the championship. Are you happy to be there or feeling
and I
the
think
pressure?
we've just got to, everyone else will be feeling the pressure too.
Great. Well, that's everything.
I'm glad that's everything, Claire. Ugh. She does come up with the most stupidest questions sometimes, don't she? Ridiculous. But that's going to help us out quite a bit. Oh yes. We are loving life right now. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Love your work, love your work. So,
Fantastic podium. Well done. Keep pushing like this for the rest of the season.
yeah, you may have noticed I wasn't just on the
We've
podium,
received
it dumb
invitations to new
bit.
historic events.
Yeah, no one
We'll be
cares
able to
about the
choose whether or
invite
not
events
to
because I haven't done an
participate
invite
before the end
event
of
in
this
like
weekend.
several seasons, so do one. And do one pretty quickly, I would say. Right then, let's have a look here then. What can we spend? Well, I think I know what I'm spending this on already. Got to upgrade the gearbox. Got to upgrade the gearbox. Yep, that'll help us through Monaco. I think that gearbox will get us through Monaco now. Even if I don't upgrade everything else, it should be pretty good. Everything looks good there as well. Can't change the 3 parts till after Canada, and can't change the 2 parts till after... Is it Germany or Hungary? I can't remember which one it is, whichever race 11 is. You can see there the gearbox is starting to show some wear, so that's And that's good. So there we are. Top of the championship. Eat my dust, Esteban Ocon. Tell me how it tastes, and tell me how it tastes pretty now. Ricciardo off the bottom. All well and good. So thank you for watching this Grand Prix. I hope you have enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did like it. It helps me out a lot. You can subscribe for daily F1 2018, NASCAR Heat 3 and other live streams as well. And until the next time, we will see you for the Monaco Grand Prix. Take care everyone, and we will see you later.